Hello, and welcome back to Nerdy Just Plans. This will be a plan with me in my Hobonichi Weeks. It is my everyday carry planner. This is where I keep my baby. This is actually my wallet. So I will be using these sheets from Happy Dia from their Happy Kit. I do have a non-foiled version of this that came with the subscription box, but I'm going to be using the foiled version. As you can see, it's in light gold. One of the things I like about Happy Dia in particular is the detail that they put into all of their stickers, even their small ones. So it's very beautifully done and beautiful paper. It feels amazing. So I will be using these sheets today to plan my week of November 4th to November 10th. All right, let's get to it. I hope everybody had a good Halloween and a safe Halloween at that, and got lots of candy. So I am, like I said, using the Happy Dia sticker kit from these Happy Kit subscription box. The date dots that I'm using are from Tassel Planner. Unfortunately, she is no longer open. However, I had ordered a few sheets just before she closed. I'm really sad about that. I really liked her stickers and had wanted to put in a much larger order when our budget allowed for it, but alas, she is no more. I mean, I'm sure the owner is, but the shop is no more. So I'm just laying down the date dots. Yay, date dots. And gonna go ahead and put the dates strip over the date area of the book, whatever you would call that. I don't know. Oh man, I am tired. Is anybody else tired after this week? It's probably candy overload. Probably like too much sugar coursing through my system, making me tired. I know that sounds backwards, but I'm one of those weird people that's like too much sugar and I just want to go take a nap. I don't do the bounce off the walls thing. Now caffeine, however, I will bounce off the walls. I am not a coffee drinker, as I've mentioned in a previous video, so anytime I get a high amount of caffeine in my system, it's on. I really do love this kit, by the way. Kudos to Happy Dia stickers. The foiling is impeccable for this kit. Happy Dia is kind of known for how much detail they put into every little image that they do. And this by no means is subpar to the other stickers in their shops. The foiling is just fan-freaking-tastic. I love it. Oh, I had accidentally, the only thing I do have a complaint about this kit, and the only thing is that the paper feels great. However, it does not have any removability. It is, once you put it down, at least in the Hobonichi Weeks, that's going to stay. It is holding on for dear life. So when I tried to reposition the bottom washi, I did manage to take a little bit of the top layer of the page off. And that's what you saw me doing there with my slice tool, was trying to get a little piece of the page that was sticking out from the bottom, out from underneath the washi. So I don't know if you guys do this, but if you put your headers or your stickers down slightly crooked, it can actually cause the page to wrinkle a bit underneath, which you don't find that happening often in thicker paged planners. So one of the things that I've started to do, instead of trying to lift the sticker, especially in a case like this where it's permanent, if it's a very tiny wrinkle, is I'll just kind of flip the page over and kind of put pressure with my nail or whatnot over the little wrinkle to see if I can't smooth it out. Here I'm just trying to decide which of the boxes I want to use because there's only 6 of them. I was so sad once I realized that. If there had been a full 7, I would have definitely laid down all of them. So what I decided to do is to alternate them every other day, starting with Monday, so that there would be a total of 4 boxes used, and just go down like that. And it worked out well in the end. This spread probably is one of the ones I've been most happy with out of all of the ones since I started filming. But oh man, I cannot tell you guys enough about how beautiful this kit is. It is gorgeous. Now, I should also mention though that in my Hobonichi Weeks, I don't often use foiled kits. I've used a couple I used one from Some Little Things Some Lil Things that I absolutely adored. But it was not as foiled as this. I don't know how else to explain that. Like in this particular kit, really tiny areas of the detail in the illustrations are highlighted with foil. And that's, I mean, it's pretty impressive. I wish now, looking back on it, that I'd actually gotten a good close up of everything for you all. I'll see if I can't do that on Instagram. I'm marking Monday there with a flag because it is a special day. One of my coworkers, Sush, is her nickname. Her name is Shushmita, is actually going to be doing her defense for her PhD in biochemistry. So I'm super excited. We're going to get to go because it is open to the public, and going to actually make some, like glitter posters like you would for a student pep rally for Sush to have there for her. If she gets nervous, she can peek over and see all of us rooting for her. So I don't know how many people bring posters to a PhD defense, but we cleared it with our PI, so that's what's going to go down. But so now I'm just going in the spaces where I did not put one of the really cute illustration boxes. I am adding in stickers that highlight certain things that are happening that week. Oh, this was so frustrating. So this sticker I put down, and I didn't put it down intentionally. It touched the page before I was ready for it to, because my hand wasn't steady. And it touched it enough that the adhesive grabbed hold. So it started to rip, so I did not elect to attempt to try to take it all the way off. And yes, I know about undo, and I also have seen people use it on the Hobonichi Weeks successfully, but I actually don't own a bottle of undo. I am going to be getting a bottle as soon as possible, because in 2020 I will be using an EC vertical for memory keeping, and those kits are definitely expensive enough that I am not going to be okay with ruining boxes or anything by trying to move things around. So I did put down a D20, or a 20-sided die sticker for Sunday, because we are going to be playing a tabletop role-playing game at my house on Sunday, which probably will be doing bi-weekly if all goes to plan. And then I am laying out the weather for the week. And like I've said on other videos, I do have the weather already written down on my pre-plan, which is off camera. So I'm going to go through and make sure everything's where I want it to be. I'm testing here with the pen. So one of the things about this particular paper, I'm not really sure what it is, because I don't think it's a vinyl. It feels like a weird in-between a premium matte and a vinyl. Anyway, it does not accept regular ink. So I went ahead and pulled out a .01 permanent felt tip pen to write over the stickers I needed to. Just notating a doctor's appointment for my father on Tuesday, and going through and doing the rest. Oh, let's see. Oh, now I'm going to write down the weather. Successfully this week, I managed to write down all of the numbers correctly the first time. Admittedly, last week, I don't even think I mentioned it because I just went with it. I ended up writing the weather down on the wrong day, but it ended up that the weather for the day that I wrote it on was only a couple of degrees different than the day that than what it was actually supposed to be. So in the long run, it really didn't do anything as far as change anything big. But we are in that time of year here in the Dallas area where it can be, a really beautiful day in the low 70s, high 60s. And then the next day you wake up and the high is going to be 40 and it's raining. So now I really do have to be a bit more careful about what I'm doing. So when I looked at this, I liked the way that everything was looking, except that I wanted to have a little bit more separation, but I did not feel that this kit lended itself to have a bold line going through separating everything, or even to have more washi running down, because the decoration in and of itself is what I wanted the eye to be drawn to. So I pulled out my brown mild liner and started just putting a dot at the corner of where all the boxes meet. And I really like the way that this ended up, because it does create separation, but because of the break in the line, so to speak, because it's actually dotted and the amount of space between the dots, it's gentle on the eye. I started in the middle of the week on the weekly side, on the left side of the page there, or left-hand page, because I could see, because of sticker underneath or on the other side of the page, I could see the grid showing through. So I started with the one where I had a place of reference where I could put the dots evenly, and just to kind of give me a guide for the rest of them. And honestly, after a little bit, I just started to wing it and just do it by eye because I was getting tired of doing dots. That's like the worst thing for me when it comes to doing something like this, is that I get tired of doing it and then I end up getting sloppy. And of course, then I get frustrated with myself and I'm like, if I just slowed down. But no, in this case, I did okay. I did get a little bit sloppy towards the end, but none of it was anything I think that anybody else would really notice other than myself, and not, at least not right off the bat, without having attention drawn to it. But I elected not to do dots at the very top and the bottom of the week just because of how close the washi was to the days. Oh yeah, I realized that I'd accidentally smudged the little dots over there on the bottom. And now I'm just going to go and take my, I don't know, dusty blue mild liner and make sure it works the way that I think it does. And I'm going to lay down the base for game day label next to the die there. You know, one of the things I've been thinking of, and I've noticed a lot of people do this, have the same tendency that I do, is that, you know, we put down a symbol and then we need to label it so that we know what it is. Except that in all reality, we would know what it is when we saw it. Like I would not mistake a 20-sided die or a D20 for anything other than I was doing some kind of gaming that day. But I still just naturally gravitate to the idea that I need to go ahead and label it so I know that it's game day. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to convey is that I don't like what I'm about to do here. I'm going to label the area underneath of the divider as grateful. And that's going to be the area in which I write something that I'm grateful for, you know, throughout the week. But I know that's what I'm going to use that area for. So who am I designating it for, really? I mean, part of it is aesthetics. Part of it definitely is aesthetics. But in the long run, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. It's as if for some reason I feel the need to make sure that anyone who were to pick up this book would know exactly what that would be. Now, mind you, most people would be able to figure it out through context clues, but nonetheless, that, you know, for posterity, maybe in 20 years, if I'm still kicking, hopefully I will be anyway. Will I not remember what a 20-sided die looks like? I highly doubt that. I've been playing games for 20 years. Anyway, yeah, that's my rant for today. All right, so now I'm trying to lift up that this week sticker because I kind of just placed it down hastily when I was placing things because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this setup. Admittedly, I did very little pre-planning on how I was going to put things down. I never pre-plan how I'm going to put things down. I do it on camera, which is why they tend to be a little longer. So I'm using some of my washi tape that came in the same subscription kit with the Hobonichi Weeks kit that I'm using. And I went ahead and layered it over the This Week sticker because I just thought it was going to be easier to do it in this way. And it did actually end up being pretty easy. Just use my slice tool to cut right at the edge of the stickers and pull the washi up off of the top of the sticker. And that honestly, I think, was a lot easier than trying to rip it just so. Oh, here I realized that this little sheet had been kind of stuck underneath of other things. I have a huge mess going on just to the left of the visible screen there. And I wanted to see if this owl sticker, I have a thing for owls, would fit nicely in the place there, and put my little munchkin with the trash can on top of it. But unfortunately, he's a little bit too big for it. I am definitely going to try to figure out something to use him for later on. This is the deco sheet that it came with, and I started to pull off things from the top there and then realized that they actually had a smaller version of the same deco at the bottom of the sheet. So now I'm just going in and marking that it's planning time and that I'm going to film Plan With Me. Is I generally try to film on Thursdays. And the reasons that I do that have to do with just my personal schedule. I have more time on Thursdays usually to film and, edit and do everything like that I need to, so that, as an example, on Friday night, after everybody's quieted down for the night, I can record my voiceovers, do my final editing, and then start the upload process and everything else that I need to do to get it to go live on YouTube for the weekend. Here I am just marking that I need to upload the Plan With Me. I think that's about it. Oh, no, not yet. That's right. My daughter, whom I notate in my planner as K1 because we have my oldest son, he's J. My middle child, my daughter, is K1, and our youngest is K2. Our youngest is a little boy. She has a choir thing at the skating rink this week. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and pass you over to Past Jess. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thank you, future Jess. All right, guys, so this is the week of November 4th through the 10th. As you can see, I have quite a few little things going on. As the week progresses, there will be more added to this. I know that my father is going to have visits from his occupational therapist, his physical therapist, and from the nurse a few times a week. But those are kind of up in the air because we schedule them as, like, one of them is ending. We sit down and we figure out when they're coming next. So that's what I've got going on this week. I hope that all of you are having a fantastic day and that you are fulfilling all of your planning wishes. So have a great one, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time. Peace.